everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're going to be doing a declutter. I'm going to be decluttering all of my face products, which would be like my primers, my foundations, concealers, powders, setting sprays, all of the base makeup. I would split it up into like two sections where I did like powders and setting sprays and then like concealers, foundations, and primers, but it's completely pointless because I don't have enough like makeup to do that, especially not like setting sprays and powders. It's just a lot easier for me to do it all in one video because I don't have an excessive amount of makeup. If you haven't seen my other decluttering videos in this series, I will leave a playlist up in a card so you guys can check them out if you want to. I'm doing a series obviously where I am splitting all of my makeup into different categories and doing individual videos instead of trying to spend one long video decluttering things. I know personally for me, when I watch declutter videos, I really like to see each product and stuff, so I thought that's what I would do for you guys, and I really hope that you're enjoying them. If this is the first one you're watching, let me know in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it, and subscribe it down below if you're new. I would also really love for you guys to come join me on Instagram and Twitter. They are linked in the description box down below. Let's just go ahead and get into it. Okay guys, so we have my little drawer here of face products. Right here I have some like brush cleaning products, so that's not makeup, but this is all makeup. It's kind of randomly put in here right now. I don't really have the best system for storage. Probably when I have more makeup or as my collection grows, I will be a little bit better with my storage. But right now, this is what works for me, so this is what I do. And I'm going to start with foundations. I want to say that I'm probably not going to get rid of a ton of foundations, just simply because of the fact that I have started doing makeup. I wouldn't use all of these in my kit, but for the most part, I would want to have these options available. I am thinking about getting rid of this Covergirl Outlast Stay Fabulous in 842 is the shade, medium beige. This isn't a bad shade or anything, but I have this darker one right here, and I feel like this is kind of like the foundation that I use if I want to darken something up a little bit. I feel like it has a nice formula. It's medium to full coverage, and it has a nice like satin finish. But I don't really feel like I would use this foundation that much on its own. It's just like a really great mixing foundation. So the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless is what I have a lighter shade of, and this is what I would use to mix in to kind of like lighten foundations. I know it's not a ton of options, but I mean, the makeup that I'm doing on people is just like people that I know and stuff, and a lot of the time people will bring their own foundation or concealer, so I just want to have a few different options. But I'm probably going to get rid of this CoverGirl one just because it's not really something that I see myself using that much even on other people, so I'm probably going to get rid of this one. But I'm probably going to keep the rest of the foundations in here, just like I said, mainly because I do other people's makeup. I just have my NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop. I have two of the Maybelline Fit Me's. I have the other CoverGirl one. I have Wet n Wild Photo Focus. I have my CoverGirl Healthy Vitalist Elixir foundation that is in my project pan right now. The Stila Aqua Glow Serum Foundation is a really pretty glowy summer foundation. And then I also have Clinique Even Better Makeup. I really, really love this foundation. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm going to move on to my concealers back here. We might come back to the foundations if I decide I want to get rid of anything, but I'm probably keeping all this. I just have my concealers like randomly tucked over here, and then I have a couple in this box. I've got my NARS Soft Matte, a couple samples of the Tarte Shape Tape, and I'm going to keep that just because in case there's someone I need to use that on, and I love my NARS Soft Matte Concealer. Also keeping my Tarte Shape Tape. I really love this concealer. And then I think I'm going to get rid of this Maybelline Fit Me Concealer as well as the Maybelline Master Conceal. There's nothing wrong with these. These are both great concealers, but I just never reach for them because I feel like concealer for me, I kind of just stick to what I know and what I like. Also don't really love the packaging of the Master Conceal because I'm not a fan of the squeezy tube. I just feel like it's messy. Kind of annoying, and then with the Maybelline Fit Me, I just feel like this isn't my favorite formula. It creases pretty badly on me, and it kind of burns my under eyes, as weird as that sounds. It kind of always has, so I'm kind of iffy about keeping it, but I am getting rid of those. And like I said, keeping my Tarte Shape Tape. I am going to keep my e.l.f. 16-hour Camo Concealer. I have 2 shades. I have medium sand and medium peach. These were sent to me by Influencer, so that's why I have 2 shades. I have not used the medium peach on myself. This was completely unused, so I did use it at the wedding I was at just because I hadn't used it at all. But then the one that I do use for myself is medium sand. And these are great concealers. You have to work pretty quickly with them because they dry down pretty fast. But other than that, I do really enjoy them and I like the coverage that they have and everything. So let's look at my primers here. I've got this Physicians Formula Spotlight Illuminating Primer. This is really pretty and I do like it, but I actually prefer my L'Oreal Lumi Glotion. I just think this is a little bit better. I don't know why. The more I use this one, the more I like it more than the Physicians Formula one. This one's a little bit more shimmery. It's nothing crazy and it is pretty, but like I said, I prefer the Lumi Glotion. I don't know if I want to pass on the Physicians Formula one because I do really like it. It's just so hard because I feel like I'm not going to reach for it just because I like the L'Oreal one more. I haven't really used it in a long time because of that. So I'm going to put it up here just in case. We'll see. We might come back to it, but I'm probably going to end up getting rid of it. I've got my Bare Minerals Prep Step Moisture Set Radiant Prep Cream. I really like this. It's a great moisturizer kind of to mix in with foundations or use as a base, anything like that. I've got the Murad Invisibler Perfecting Shield. This is a little mini size. It's got SPF 30 in it. It's kind of like a pore filling primer and I do like it for when I want a primer like that. So I've got some eye primers down here. I have the Urban Decay Primer Potion, the original one. I'm going to keep this just in case, you know. I don't use eyeshadow primer that much. But then I also have this e.l.f. Photo Focus Eyeshadow Primer. If you've watched my project pan since the beginning, you probably know that I used to have this in my project pan. But I took it out because I kind of felt like it was getting old and the formula just wasn't the way it used to be. I really liked this when I bought it, but it just isn't my favorite anymore because I do feel like it's getting kind of old, so I'm probably going to throw this out. And then I am going to keep my NYX Angel Veil and my e.l.f. Prep and Hydrate Balm because I like both of these a lot, and the e.l.f. one is in my project pan right now. So I'm going to grab these OFA primers that I did a review on. If you haven't seen that video, I will leave it in a card up above. I have the shades Northern Lights and Rays of Light, and I actually prefer the shade Rays of Light out of the two. I feel like the Northern Lights one I thought was going to be my favorite because it has like this milky look to it and a milky consistency, but they're really just not super illuminating. I talk about that in the video, so if you guys do want to see that more in depth, go ahead and watch that. But I'm just going to keep the Rays of Light one because I just prefer the way it looks on my skin. I'm going to get rid of the Northern Lights primer. Sorry, there's a motorcycle that went by, so it's going to probably be a little loud if you guys hear traffic. I'm sorry. I also have my Nivea Men's Sensitive Post Shave Balm, and I am keeping this because I do really like this. I just think it's a great affordable primer and you get so much product, and I actually kind of think this is like a dupe for the Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. I just think that it's very similar. Let me know if you guys have tried it and let me know what you think about it. I know this is like long past its day and age, like no one really talks about this anymore, but I still personally really like it. I've got some powders over here. So we have my RCMA No Color Powder, and this is just a great translucent setting powder. This is like my go-to. I really like this. It works great if you're a makeup artist too because it comes in this kind of packaging that doesn't like get contaminated or anything, if that makes sense. It's very sanitary, but it is kind of annoying because this is pretty cheap packaging. It's kind of like it's almost like a seasoning bottle, like a sea salt bottle or something. It's so weird. I'm gonna pass on the NYC Smooth Skin Loose Face Powder just because I never reach for this. If I want a loose powder, which is very rarely, I use the RCMA one. So maybe someone else will use this more. This actually is just the RCMA powder in an e.l.f. compact. This powder was used up a long time ago and I just replaced it with the RCMA so that it's easier to use. So sometimes I do use this. Then I have some pressed powders here. I'm going to keep all of my pressed powders because pressed powders are my favorite. I really love using them because they're so easy and quick. I have my Maybelline Fit Me that is in my project pan. This one's getting used up pretty quickly now. And then I have my IT Cosmetics by Pores pressed powder. I used to use this all the time on my channel. If you guys have been around since the beginning, you probably heard me talk about this a lot, and I still do like it, but since I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me, I just don't reach for this because I'm trying to use that one up. Same with the Rimmel Stay Matte. This one is also translucent, just like the It Cosmetics one, and I do really like this formula. I think it's really great. Like I said, don't use it as much because I'm going through my Maybelline one, but I do really like this. Got some setting sprays here, and I'm keeping both of these as well. My Cover FX Illuminating Setting Spray is what's in my project pan right now. And then I have the Milani Make It Last Setting Spray. And this actually has a high content of alcohol, so it's probably not great to use all the time, but it is great if you want to make your makeup last like a really long time for a special occasion or something. So like I said, keeping both of those. And honestly, guys, we went through that pretty quickly. I don't think that there's anything else to talk about here. It downsized a little bit, but mainly I just kept most of my foundations, so that kind of held me back a little bit, I guess, just because this is what I would use if I'm doing someone else's makeup. Like I said, I'm not a professional. Like, this is something that I do on the side for people that I know mostly, and I really enjoy it. So that's everything in the drawer, everything I'm keeping. I am literally getting rid of so little in this declutter. It is the least productive declutter yet, but I am going to still show you guys what I'm getting rid of up here. Like I said, it's not a lot. If you guys want to see declutters that are more satisfying, maybe go watch my other ones because I didn't do so great on this one. This is what I'm getting rid of. That's what I'm keeping. Base products is one of those things, though, that I really love, and I don't usually spend a ton of money on it, so I don't have a bunch of extra stuff that I don't use, if that makes sense. Like, I use pretty much all of these products. So yeah, that's it for my declutter, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Just gonna do a quick little outro. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.